Minnesota Vikings love their high upside reclamation projects, and there's one that could be available that they should jump on immediately. Minnesota Vikings love their reclamation projects. It's been a staple of Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa's tenure since he took over as a general manager in 2022. One of the reasons that these reclamation projects have been of interest to him is because if you hit on one, the sky is the limit as far as potential surplus upside. And when you are a stock market guy like Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa was on Wall Street, you want to try and find an edge. You want to try and find your competitive advantage, your surplus. And this is where Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa has taken opportunities to try. The likelihood that a 6th or 7th round pick hits is very low. So why not try and use those picks to give yourself a player that's already been in the league that you know can play a little bit, but you think can maybe play a lot and play significantly better. And he's used that process multiple times, one of which was TJ Hawkinson. He made a high upside bet that he was going to be one of the top 5 tight ends in the league. And guess what? He's become one of the top 5 tight ends in the league. And now that he's coming off of a season where he isn't having to rehab all off season, it's going to be even better for him in 2025. But the one player that they should target is from Indianapolis. Colts cornerback Juju Brents, also known as Julius Brents. If you remember him from the 2023 NFL draft, the Colts took him in round 3. And he's an absolutely fantastic story. He's nearly 6'3", 200 pounds, but he's got 34-inch arms. Now, think about it this way. The Legion of Boom, Richard Sherman, Brandon Browner, those guys had 33-inch arms. Brents has significantly longer arms than both of those guys. And he had a relative athletic score of 9.99, ranking 4th of every single cornerback that had combine data from 1989 and beyond. That's a significant number. He is one of the most athletic quarterbacks ever. And when you have a Minnesota Vikings cornerback room that's unproven, get another guy in there that could potentially be a dude. Plus, he gives you something that nobody else in that cornerback room offers: length and size. He can play press man. I even compared him to Ivan Drago from Rocky IV with his ability to punch at the line of scrimmage. He can really close distances and get into condensed spaces quickly because of his length. That is an element that does not get talked about enough, because if you have length, you don't have to be as fast or quick. Well, guess what? He has all three. He can do all of those things. And it would be a fascinating idea for Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa to try and get Brents. In this case, you give up a 5th, you get Brents and a 7th back from the Colts. It's an easy win. You barely give up any draft capital. You essentially just swap picks. Your 5th is projected to be toward the end of the round anyway. The Colts pick probably going to be toward the front of the round. So you drop maybe 45, 50, upward of 60 slots, and you get a guy with super high upside who I viewed as almost a first round grade coming out of Kansas State because of his ability to play in just about any system. And that length and speed gives him an advantage that technique will not give you. And once he merges technique with that, he will take things to another level. The reason why he's available: injuries. And this is another element of the Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa plan. We believe that our medical staff is better, so we're going to take high upside bets on players who are consistently injured. Brents is one of those guys. He hurt his quad, missed a bunch of time in his rookie season, and missed 15 games with an meniscus and PCL injury in 2024. You keep him healthy. You give him the opportunity to do a lot of different things and be that space eater. This is Anthony Barr on the outside. Barr wasn't necessarily used as a traditional linebacker, but his presence, being able to clog passing lanes, being able to use that length to his advantage when rushing the passer, when in coverage, when just standing in zone, it gives you an advantage over other players. And that's why teams covet things like length so much. You get Brents in some of those zones that Brian Flores likes to run. Oh, buddy, they could really elevate him to another level. I'll tell you this is a low cost, high upside bet that Kwesi Adolfo-Mensa loves to make, and he should, because the Colts seem like they may be done with him. I'm Tyler Forness with A to Z Sports. Skol Vikings.